Hello learners, welcome to my session. In this video, we are going to discuss about the inventory management systems and also inventory supply chain management. How the inventory is affecting the retail market as well as the supply chain logistics management. Let's go into the video and learn the inventory management systems. What is prevailing in the market and what are all the inventory contribution towards the supply management. Inventory management systems. These systems helps retailers to keep track of their inventory levels by providing real-time updates on stock levels and automatically generating purchase orders when stock falls below the certain levels. Basically, the inventory is nothing but the finished products which will be available in the stock rooms or in the godowns or in the storerooms. And here the inventory refers to the materials which was shelved in the racks of any retail outlets. Now you can also witness here the inventory is here. These are all the stocks which are stored everywhere. And with the help of these stocks, the purchase will be made by the purchasers. And after the stocks get over, as per the bill details, automatic purchase orders will be released in certain type of supermarkets or in the retail outlets. Now, the stocks may be ordered or reordered based on the economic ordering quantity. We call it as the EOQ. How to calculate a EOQ? So EOQ is nothing but economic ordering quantity. When you are ordering for a product from a particular supplier, we should consider your annual consumption, your carrying cost of that inventory, and also your ordering cost. So when you are considering all these matters, you have to go for a economically ordering quantity. If I suppose purchase a lot of 500 units, what is my ordering cost? How much I have to incur for the transportation? How much I have to incur for the insurance? And after procuring the material, if I am going to keep it in my store, how I have to protect that from natural calamities, from the pest, pest control measures, what I am going to take it, and the security settings which I am enabling it, the warehouse managers or the warehouse keepers salary, and all those items include the inventory ordering, the carrying cost. So I should be very cautious while I am maintaining my inventory, and for that I should have a real system which will ably encourage my business to keep the inventory management. Then about the stock level management, invoice or the sales documentation. Stock level management is a crucial aspect of retail supply chain and logistics management. It involves monitoring and controlling of inventory levels as a minimum stock level, maximum stock level, reorder stock level, my emergency stock level, and also my safety stock level should be taken into consideration. It involves the monitoring and controlling inventory levels to ensure that there is enough stock to meet customer demand while minimizing excess inventory that can tie up with the capital, because my capital is locked up here and my storage space is also very less. If I started procuring more and more material, I cannot store it. Effective stock level management requires the use of various tools and strategies which includes demand forecasting. So this involves using historical sales data or the regular visits of your customers. When you are doing it in the online e-tailing, you have to talk about the online store visits or the traffic to your website, and other factors such as the seasonality. Whenever there is a festival season or any other seasons, offer sales season, or your competitor is making any special occasion offers, The seasonality also affects your inventory. Market trends to predict future demand for your products. What is your trend? What is the trend which is going on in the market for your particular product? By forecasting the demand accurately, the retailers can avoid overstocking or understocking and ensure that they have the right amount of stock on hand. Then the safety stock. I was talking about the safety stock. Always you should not say any no to the customers, those who are reaching you. So you should keep a stock as a safety stock, especially very essential products like baby foods, the necessary items, medicines, all those areas. The retailers should always keep safety stock, that is extra inventory. Retailers should keep on hand to account for unexpected spikes in demand or supply chain disruptions. By maintaining these type of buffer stock of safety, retailers can minimize the risk of short stock outs and dissatisfaction of the customers. Ensure that they can meet customers' demand even in uncertain situations. That's what customers always like you, and they want to always come to your shop. Whenever they will feel that when they are coming to your shop, there should not be any shortage of stocks, then they will feel at home and they will come and visit your shop at all times. So uncertain situations also should be kept in mind while you are maintaining your safety stock level. And this safety stock level is otherwise the buffer stock to meet out the unforeseen demands. Then about the reorder point. So reorder point or the reorder level, every retailer must know when I have to apply for my reordering. The reorder point is the minimum level of inventory that a retailer should have on hand before placing a new order. By setting an appropriate reorder point, retailers can avoid stockouts while minimizing the excess inventory also. You cannot always say that I'm having only a reorder point at this particular level. If my last stock gets over, then only I can move for ordering. So this will embarrass a customer who is coming in to your store and want to purchase more, or a bulky purchase for an occasion in their family. So you should always maintain the stock level with a reorder point which is already available in minimum quantity. In addition to stock level management, retailers also need to manage their sales documentation and invoices to ensure that they can track off their transactions and manage their finances effectively. And this involves the sales order management. Sales order management involves managing sales orders with specific products or specific quantities for a specific price, and also delivery dates for customer orders. Sales orders provide a record of transactions and help retailers track their sales and inventory levels. So the sales order management is a crucial point in inventory stock management. Then invoicing. Invoicing involves creating and sending invoices to customers for products sold. Invoices must include the details such as the products sold, the quantities, the prices of a particular product and in bulk, and also the payment terms and conditions, and provide a record of transactions for both the retailer and to the consumer. It should be available. The payment processing. When you are a customer of a close relationship, you may also provide them credit. So the payment processing time, duration for your credit terms should also be mentioned very clearly. Based on that, you have to maintain the inventory also, because the credit terms always create a contingencies for the producers or the sellers to rotate their working capital finance. the duration of recovering the credit sales income is deciding your operating cycle systems. So, retailers need to process payments from customers and track their accounts receivable to ensure that they receive payment for products sold. Overall, effective management of stock levels, sales documentations, and invoices is essential for retailers to ensure that they can meet customer demand, manage their finances, and maintain efficient supply chain operations. So, payment processing needs a special attention in inventory management. And in e-tailing also, that is online retail stores also, the payment processing and the gateway should be taken care with fullest security of your websites. Then what are the advantages of inventory management? It will help you to maintain adequate inventory levels to meet customer demand and reduce your stockouts. And it enables businesses to optimize inventory holdings cost by reducing overstocking and minimizing the obsolescence, the out of stock situations. And sometimes if you are dumping the stock in a particular godown, which may create the quality damage, or it may be creating some outdatedness of the product, especially the mobile industry, electronics industry, electrical industry, etc. And the third point is it provides insights into sales trends, product performance, and supply chain efficiency, which can inform strategic decision making, which also helps to streamline and automate inventory management processes and reducing the time resources required to manage your inventory levels. What are all the disadvantages? Point number one is the major disadvantages that it requires significant upfront investment in technology, software, and personnel to implement and to maintain the inventory. So a lot of investment is needed in that. And the second point is it can be a complex process and challenging to face it, manage it effectively. Particularly for business with multiple warehouses or multiple distribution centers, they may feel it very much discomfort of maintaining the stock level according to the trend or according to the minimum reorder level or to the safety level. And the third point is that it can result in inventory shortages or stock out sometimes if it is not properly managed or predicted, which can also lead to loss of trustworthiness of your firm, and it will lose the huge sales from a particular customer or from a group of customers, those who are reaching your outlet. And also, if the customers are dissatisfied, they will not reach you again. So this will create a lot of sales and profit losses. And the last point is that it can result in overstocking or excess inventory if demand forecasts are incorrect. So the stagnation of capital at one particular point in the stock level will be creating the excess inventory and which will lock up your capital, leading to increased holding cost and potential obsolescence also. Then what are all the challenges we are facing in the stock level management? Number one is accurately we cannot forecast demand. So demand forecasting accurately is a challenging task, particularly for businesses with a fluctuating model or for a seasonal demand pattern items. One particular season people may be asking for umbrella or for a particular brand of shirts or particular food varieties. You may think that they will come and demand more and you may have been purchased it and kept it there, but that may not be sometimes warranted by the people, and that will become a very big challenge. The second point is managing inventory across multiple locations can be a complex one, requiring real-time tracking and communication. if you are managing inventory in a particular location, at least we can predict the customer's arrival and their demand and their expectations. But if you are managing the stock levels in multiple locations, it is creating a huge challenge to the storekeepers and also to the stockist or the stock managers. Next, about maintaining accurate inventory data can be a challenging one. Sometimes you may be taking a store's ledger and create a stock records clearly, but particularly if the data is collected manually across multiple systems, even you can see here they taking up of the stock in one side, the other side the customer may be coming and taking the materials. So you cannot predict what a sort of stock is available at that particular point of time. So accurate inventory data collection is not possible in these type of retail outlets. Balancing inventory levels against cash flow constraints can be a significant challenge for small or growing businesses. Then the advantages of invoicing or sales documentation. Why we should keep an invoice or a sales documentation? Because it provides a record of transactions, it enables the businesses to track sales, and also it tells you about what is your revenue level and also the customer information. So the advantage of invoice or the sales documentation carries these things. A second point is that it enables businesses to manage accounts receivable and accounts payable effectively. That is your credit terms, and which reduces the risk of late payments or non-payments. So by way of recording the invoices in tally entry, you can find out that this is what your expiry date. This is the date where your customer must pay for you. It will give a reminder for you. So maintaining the invoice and sales documentation in the retail outlet stores will give you the immediate feedbacks about your financial status and your receivables and payment status. And it also provides a basis for financial reporting and tax compliance, reducing the risk of audit or penalties. So during the financial reporting times, tax compliance is there, and reducing the risk of audits or penalties, you have to use this invoice for cross verification or vouching or for verification for the auditors. And it can also be used as a tool for customer service, enabling businesses to quickly and accurately respond to customer inquiries and disputes. And what are the disadvantages of keeping the invoice or the sales documentation safe? It requires administrative resource to create, process and track invoices and sales documentation. It also can be prone to errors or omissions if the data is collected manually or across multiple systems. It can also result in delayed payments or disputes if invoices are unclear or inaccurate. And it can be a time-consuming process, cumbersome process to manage all the vouchers and all the data documents, sales documents, particularly for businesses with high transaction volumes. Then the challenges of the invoice or the sales documentation point, ensuring accuracy and consistency of data across multiple systems and processes can be challenging, particularly if data is collected manually. Managing and tracking payments can be complex, particularly for business with multiple payment methods or currencies. Balancing cash flow constraints against the need for timely payment collection can be a significant challenge for small or growing businesses, and also adhering to complex tax regulations and reporting requirements can be a significant challenge for businesses operating across multiple jurisdictions. So thank you very much once again for supporting me in all my videos. We will also discuss about the various inventory levels regarding the multiple channel and the task making in the forthcoming slides. The stock or the inventory management deals about the major economic ordering quantity process, and for that we should discuss very detailedly about how to make an economic ordering quantity in the supply chain to maintain the inventory. One of the most prominent factors in supply chain management success is squarely dependent on supply chain inventory management. The two primary attributes which determine the vitality of this are economic ordering quantity and reorder point system. Already I just noted it in my slide. We can envisage the basic tenets of these concepts or the components by delving a bit on the applications of the same in practice. The economic ordering quantity model is a classic independent demand inventory system that provides many useful ordering decisions. The basic order decision is what is the correct order size to minimize my total inventory cost. This issue involves around the trade-off between annual inventory holding cost and the annual order cost. When order sizes for an item are small, orders have to be placed on frequent basis, causing high annual carrying cost. However, the firm has a low average inventory level for this item, resulting in low annual inventory holding cost. When order sizes for an item are large, orders are placed less frequently, then causing lower annual order cost. Unfortunately, this also causes the average inventory level for this item to be high, which is resulting in higher expenses to hold the inventory. The EOQ model seeks to determine an optimum order quantity where the sum of annual order cost and the annual inventory holding cost is minimized. Order cost is the direct variable cost associated with placing an order with the supplier, whereas a holding cost or carrying cost is the cost incurred for holding the inventory in our storage. And order cost includes managerial and clerical cost for preparing the purchase order, as well as the other incidental expenses that can be traced directly to the purchase. Examples of holding cost includes warehouse expenses, holding charges, insurance, pilferage, shrinkage, taxes, and other the cost of capital also. When you are coming back to the reorder point model, a reorder point system is a widely used way to identify purchase needs. Such a system uses information regarding order quantity and demand forecast that are unique to each item or part a number maintained in inventory. Each item in a recorder point system, which is usually computerized and has a predetermined order point or order quantity. When inventory is depleted to given level, the system notifies that, and the material control department or the buyer in the same organization has to issue a request to the supplier, that is a purchase order, for the inventory refreshment. And this signal might be a blinking light on the screen, a message which is sent to the material control departments or email address or a computer report, etc. And most recorder point systems are automated using predetermined ordering parameters, such as an economic ordering quantity, which consider inventory holdings and ordering cost. Computer-based systems can instantly calculate reorder points and their parameters. Most systems can also calculate cost trade-offs between inventory holding cost, ordering cost, and forecast cost requirements. Reorder points are used for production and non-production items also. An automated reorder point system efficiently identifies purchase requirements. This type of system can routinely provide visibility to current inventory levels and requirements of thousands of part numbers. The reorder point system is the most common method for transmitting the routine material order request today, particularly for companies that maintain spare parts distribution centers. The students, if you are further interested in learning more about this reorder systems, you should consult an inventory management textbook which is already available in the cost calculation. Also, you will know about the reorder level, minimum level, maximum level, reorder quantity, reorder period, normal consumption. All those calculations are there. You can read further in that. Then about multi-channel inventory system. First, consider a simple multi-channel system with one manufacturer supplying one retailer. Assume that the production is instantaneous, so the manufacturer can produce a lot when needed. If they have the same optimal lot of Q but are not synchronized, a manufacturer may produce a new lot size Q right after shipping a lot of the size Q to the retailer. Inventory at the two stages is as shown in the figures. In this case, the retailer will carry on average inventory of Q by 2 and the manufacturer will carry on the average inventory of about the Q product. Then in contrast, if the manufacturer synchronizes his production to match shipment to the retailer, he can arrange for his lot to be produced just when the retailer order is to be shipped. In this case, the manufacturer will carry no inventory and the retailer will carry an average inventory of Q by 2 as before. So, synchronization of replenishment orders allows the supply chain to lower the total cycle inventory from about 30 by 2, that is equal to Q by 2 in this case. And then when a supply chain has a series or stages, the goal is to synchronize lot sizes at different stages in a way that no unnecessary cycle inventory is carried out at any stage. One method of achieving synchronization in the supply chain with a single series of stages is to devise inventory policies that are nested and have stationary intervals. An inventory policy is nested if a particular stage S and its customers' orders are synchronized such that the replenishment order arrives at the stage of S just in time for the replenishment order to be shipped to the customer stage of S, that is S stage, S to S stage. However, may replenish less frequently than its immediate customer stage. And a policy has stationary intervals if every stage records after a fixed interval of. So a policy has a stationary intervals if every stage records after a fixed interval of time. Following a nested policy is equivalent to stating that each stage has the opportunity to cross-dock at least a part of its replenishment order, because cross-docking can occur when both stages are to be replenished in coordinated manner. And the supply chain with the stages in a single series ordering policies where the lot size at each stage is an integer multiple of the lot size at its immediate customer nested policy, which have been shown to be quite close to the optimal. And such an ordering policy is equivalent to having a lot size at each stage be an integer multiple of amount cross-docked on the next stage. That is 1 out of every k orders from the customer stage is cross-docked, where k is an integer. The extent of cross-docking will depend upon the ratio is between two stages. The higher the optimal percentage of cross-docked product, the slightly different issue arises when one party in a supply chain supplies multiple parties at the next stage of the supply chain, such as when a distributor supplies to many retailers. In this case, a nested policy is not very effective if some retailers have very low demand and others have high demand. Here, it may be better for retailers with low demand to order less frequently than the distributor, because ordering more frequently will increase the order cost in the supply chain. So, in this setting, Rounday in the year 1995 has shown that retailers should be grouped such that all retailers in one group order together, and for any retailer, either the ordering frequency is an integer multiple of the ordering frequency at the distributor, or the ordering frequency is an integer multiple of the ordering frequency at the distributor, or the ordering frequency at the distributor is an integer multiple of the frequency at the retailer. Under this policy, the distributor places a replacement order every 2 weeks. Some retailers place replacement orders every week, and others place replacement orders every 2 or 4 weeks. Observe that for retailers ordering more frequently than the distributor, the retailer's ordering frequency is an integer multiple of the distributor frequency. For retailers ordering less frequently than the distributor ordering frequency is an integer multiples of the retailer frequency. If the distributor orders more frequently than the retailer, all shipments to this retailer are cross-docked. For retailers ordering every 4 weeks, replenishments at the distributor can be synchronized with shipment to retailers. Thus, every 4 weeks, the distributor replenishments order arrives just in time to the cross-docked and shipped to the retailers placing orders once every 4 weeks. If the distributor orders less frequently than the retailer, some of the retailer replenishment orders every week, and every second week the replenishment order at the distributor arrives just in time to be cross-docked and shipped to the retailer. And every other week, however, the replenishment order to retailer is shipped from inventory. Thus, half of the replenishment orders are cross-docked in this case also. What are all the determinants? So, considering the supply chain, which is shown in this figure as a set of with all parties at one stage being customers of some party at the previous stage, and suppliers to offer parties at the next stage. For such a multiple distribution supply chain, a good replacement policy has to be followed, and the following are the characteristics. All parties within a stage are divided into groups such that all parties within a group order simultaneously from same supplier. And when a party receives a replacement order, the receipt should be synchronized with the shipment of a replacement order to at least one of its customers. In other words, a portion of any replacement order at a stage should be cross-docked on to the next stage. Then, if the customer replenishes less frequently than its supplier, the supplier replenishment frequency should be an integer multiple of the customer replenishment frequency, and replenishment at both stages should be synchronized to facilitate cross-docking. In other words, a supplier should cross-dock all orders from customers who reorder less frequently than himself. So as a conclusion, if a customer replenishes more frequently than its supplier, the customer replenishment frequency should be an integer multiple of the supplier's replenishment frequency, and these replenishments at both stages should be synchronized to facilitate cross-docking. In other words, a supplier should always cross-dock one out of every K shipments to a customer who orders more frequently than himself, where K is an integer. Thus, the relative frequency of reordering will depend upon the setup cost, the holding cost, and at different parties. So, this is the end of this reorder point as well as the EOQ, and still more lot of things to be discussed in this inventory or stock valuation point. That we will discuss while we will be in the live webinars or in some other forums. So thank you for joining me in this video. Thank you once again. Have a nice time. Learn with me. Listen to the videos and read the material which is provided to you for the further clarifications. Thank you very much.